100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, the 100 podcast, the 100 podcast, the 100 podcast, 100 podcast, the 100 podcast. It's the 100 podcast. It's the 100 podcast.
I thought it was a game or something. Look crispy, ducks. Look crispy.
All right, what's going on, y'all? What's going on? My bad. I'm trying to get some shit in order. Man, make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in the door, man. Make sure y'all share the video too, if you don't mind. You feel me? Yeah, I know you couldn't hear nothing. I was trying to send out some invites to let people know I'm live and shit. What's going on, MIRREA? I'm glad you're here. Shout out to my girl MIRREA, the one that put me on to what we about to talk about today. So first of all, it's your guy CJ100, 50% of the 5100 podcast. Back at you with another live reaction. You feel me? So if you can see the title, right? Should be an interesting conversation if y'all want to join. But the title is Men Who Want Women to Cook and Clean Are Insecure, right? And I've heard that, here and there. I've also heard a lot of different arguments coming from both sexes, right? This cook and clean or housewife and man paying all the bills conversation is always a conversation that seems to pull in a lot of people to talk. So I found this clip that I'm about to play y'all very interesting. But I'm not gonna just play the clip that I saw today. I actually went and listened to the whole interview / podcast, right? And I want to shout out to, what's my guy name, because I don't want to get it wrong. Finessers Only Club. It's spelled with F apostrophe Nessers. You know what I'm saying? Finessers Only Club. He interviewed a guy by the name of Him 500. Now, if y'all don't know who Him 500 is, that's basically a brother that gives people the game on entrepreneurship, credit. Some of that stuff is way beyond my thinking and way out of my tax bracket. I've seen a lot of people cover him and say he's, a scammer and yada yada yada. But I'm not really gonna talk about that today. But just putting everything out there, what's been said about this man, right? So before I get into it, man, like I said, I want to thank y'all for being here. This conversation, this should be interesting. I will drop the link if I get enough participation. Let's say what we looking right now is about 3 people here. I'm sure it's gonna rise up some. So if we can get to 10 likes, I will drop the link for everybody to join the conversation. But let's go ahead and get into the video. Let me go ahead and set this up because I don't want no problems. Like I gave them all the credit in the comment section and what you call that shit? The description box. So shouldn't be no copyright issues, but you never know with people. Some people just, anal about their work, and I can't blame them. But this conversation need to be had, so I'm definitely gonna have it, right? So this is the guy right here. This is Him 500. This is the guy I was just telling you about. Guys that are in the credit game, put you on business about being an entrepreneur, things like that. So that's what we talking about. So let's go ahead and get into the video. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long.
Let me ask you this now. So people be like in my comment section, like they be saying like, oh, I need my
Fair
girl to
use.
cook and clean, and she not doing like the things women supposed to do. But now that you're rich, do your wife even do that? Cook, clean? You don't even have to. It's not even important, is it?
Objection. Leading the witness.
So my wife, like the cook and clean, like you say, people in the comments, like I see a lot of times, bro, men do things out of insecurities. Like it's never the successful men that say what a woman gotta do. It's never the successful ones. It's the ones that are aspiring. You know what I'm saying? It's the truck drivers. It's the ones work in the warehouse. It's saying what a woman gotta do. The ones that can't provide properly.
All right. Now I want to start there, right? So let's do this, because he said that it's basically insecurity, right? So I'm gonna look up the definition of insecure, right? That says not firmly fixed, liable to give away or break, or of a person, right? Not confident or assured, uncertain, and anxious. Now, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm wrong, right? I'm open to that. But what about a man wanting a woman to cook and clean is insecure? What exactly is insecure about that? Let me look at this definition again to make sure I'm not tripping, right? It says not confident or assured, uncertain, and anxious. If a man is saying what he needs a woman to do, that seems like he's pretty certain. That seems like he's pretty confident in what he as a man wants, right? Doesn't sound uncertain to me and doesn't sound anxious. So when he used the word insecure, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that, right? So he also said that these are usually guys that work in a warehouse or truck drive. Well, depending on what warehouse you work in, you can be very successful. Depending on if you're an owner operator or you're driving for a unionized trucking company or just a big time trucking company, you're making a lot of money. So relatively you're successful. Does that sound unreasonable to anybody here? All of the two people that are here, you know what I'm saying? I don't get that. That doesn't resonate with me. That doesn't really make much sense, right? What I think he's doing is what a lot of entertainers do or a lot of content creators do. They seem to try to bolster themselves up by talking about the lower man. And this is the issue that I have with a lot of men. And I've done it. So I'm not gonna just sit here and act as if I haven't done it. But I've usually done it in ways that I consider motivating, right? So maybe he chose the wrong word. I think he did choose the wrong word. I think he absolutely did, but I don't think he did it unintentionally. I think he has the same mentality that most of our community has, which is if you're not a man making a lot of money, you're not respectable. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he's harping on, and that's what I was saying. He's making a lot of money from what I see. I don't know the brother, but based off of what I've researched about him, because I've heard about him 500 a year, damn near 2 years ago. So I've seen what a lot he has to say, and from what I can see, he's successful. But a lot of guys that are successful tend to look at the guy that's beneath them financially as beneath them as a man. That's what I got from what he's saying, right? That's just my personal opinion. I'm not in my feelings about it because it is what it is. People have their opinions, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at what he said. But let's get back into it and I'll continue to break it down.
To really create an environment to say, okay, here's what you do this in. You know what I mean? And if you do, and the ones who do create that environment, they will never say you have to do this.
Right.
It's respected because this is what I do. This is what I'm creating, and this is the value that I bring. And any woman in her right mind is going to respect it and be like, nah, I got you, and this is what I'll do if I'm capable. Some women can't cook. What, you gonna leave the woman that's right for you if she can't cook? I'm gonna leave my wife because she don't know how to cook. Oh, go get cooking classes, go do this. She just can't cook.
All right. So another point that he brought up in that clip I just played was, would I leave my wife if she can't cook? Who said that? I went in the comment section. Now, I'm not saying nobody ever said it in Mr. Finesser's comment section, but I went in the comment section myself. I didn't see a man say that. I didn't see a man say I would leave my wife if she can't cook. You understand how stupid that sounds? To be with a woman, choose a woman, get in a relationship with a woman, and marry a woman and divorce her because she can't cook. This is why I said I believe he's coming from a disingenuous place. I believe he's just trying to shit on people that don't have what he has or thinks like he thinks. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Let's see what MIRREA said. One of these problems are as current in other communities as it is in ours. LOL. Or maybe they on hush about it. I don't think they're on. I think it is, for one. And when people look at it like that, I always ask people, who do you follow on social media, right? Because a lot of people don't even know that there is a quote unquote white manosphere. Now, I don't consider it the white manosphere because there's a lot of men that participate in certain conversations when it comes to power, money, women, all that. And they're white most of the time, though. So they have some of the same issues we have. But I asked, who do you follow on social media? Because if you don't follow other ethnicities or other races or other cultures, you won't know because they're not on your friends list. So that means they're not on your timeline. And a lot of what the algorithm in YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google, they pull up what you're interested in. And usually as a black person, you're going to be interested in what's going on in our community. Artists, movies, actors, actresses, things of that nature. You're going to be looking at what Google says you like. They base it off what you look at, right? Like on my timeline, even though I really don't do this on Instagram, some kind of way they know I like thick women. They always put them in my discover page. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always ask that question. So to answer your question, I think it's at the minimum, it's a Western problem, like the American problem. I truly believe that's what it is, right? But like I was saying, he mentioned that he talked about men being insecure in these situations, right? I've already kind of said that was the wrong word, and I've kind of read the definition, so I don't think I'm wrong about that one. I don't think men are insecure because they want a woman to cook. A man like me, for instance, right? I can't cook. Now, will I? Yeah, but you better be good with some hamburger helper or some tacos or some, you know what I'm saying, some simple cooked shit. You feel me? Because if you're not, well, shit, you need to know how to cook, or we gonna DoorDash, or we gonna go out to eat, whatever the case may be. I don't think anything is wrong with a man wanting his woman to be able to cook and clean. Now let's go to clean, right? So he said, you could hire people to do that, right? And I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? If you got that kind of money, I get that there is a different conversation to be had. But a lot of people talk about being rich as if the majority of America doesn't make average money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you don't want to strive for better, but if most of the people in people comment sections are going to be average earning people. He even mentioned it in a condescending way, saying that only truckers and warehouse workers have these issues, or, demand a woman to cook. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Kevin Samuels, was he a broke guy or unsuccessful guy? No. But, people don't like Kevin Samuels, so let me remove Kevin. What about Cam Newton? Didn't last year sometime he went viral for saying, I'm not interested in boss bees. I'm interested in what you are as a woman. Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you bring that feminine nature to me? Nobody called him broke. Now, they had other names to call him, but that's a millionaire. But okay, we don't have to assume he's, maybe I don't want to assume he's successful, right? Cool. What do you think Denzel Washington's wife does when he's making all that money? She's managing the house. Now, that doesn't have to be a woman's role. I don't think people understand what men are saying, right? Because if you look at it like this, let's say y'all both paying half on the bills, which is never half, like when it comes to finances. Usually the man is paying more of the bills. Maybe not 100%, but he's paying more of the bills. But let's just go with 50-50, right? Shout out to Lexi, sexy Lexi. What's going on with you, love? But let's just go with the 50-50, mentality, right? Let's say y'all renting a house or y'all are buying a house at 50-50. So let's get into the duties of the women and the men. That's usually going to be what it is, right? More times than not, women cook. That's not because men force women to cook. That's usually because women are pretty good at cooking. Now, I believe men can cook their ass off if they want to, but that's not been our focus. Like, the focus was the man go get the food, woman cook it. It wasn't oppression. It was just the way things work because men were set up to hunt. But we're in a different time. So cooking could be unisex. All right. How many women in the comment section, or they will watch this video, how many of you are willing to take the trash out on a daily basis? How many of you are willing to kill bugs that get in the house? Spiders, roaches, don't know how you're living, but rats, mosquitoes. How many women want to do that? So that's a man's job for the most part, because I already know the answer. I've talked to enough women to know this, right? So most men are going to do that. How about getting out there and cutting the grass in the summer? Right. If you got a man, you're not trying to do that, right? So most men are going to cut the grass. That's a household chore that has nothing to do with bills. Okay. So we getting somewhere. I'm thinking we getting somewhere, right? So you got that, right? So you got grass cutting. Since I got a all caps man, he wouldn't let me if I tried. I got something for that one. I fuck with that answer. Okay, so you're not gonna do those duties because your man's got it covered. So this is what I'm getting at. Even with 50-50, women today, and he just tried to do it, act as if I'm not paying 100% of the bills, then I'm overworking her because we're both paying 50-50 and she got to do everything in the house, which is cap most of the time, bro. A woman might do more of the domestic in the home, folding clothes, washing dishes, whatever. I touched dishes when I was married. I folded clothes when I was married. I cooked when I was married. But most of what I did was bring home the bacon. Most of what I did was the physically demanding jobs. When my dog needed to be walked, more times than not, I did it. When my dog was out there acting a fool and another dog was trying to get in the backyard or something, my wife wasn't breaking that up. I was. So when guys make these comments, I'm always, looking at it like sideways. And when most women go with this, this mentality, like, I don't understand it, unless she really does have a man that is shiftless and does nothing. But I'm telling you, most men are not shiftless and do nothing. It's a small majority of men that are shiftless and do nothing. And if that is the case, if let's just say there are more men than I think, why are you not with the men that aren't? Because there was something about you that accepted him. Fuck attraction, because you can attract anything. But what did you accept? That's my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to the video.
Right.
Like, if it ain't your strong point, it ain't your strong point. But what if everything else aligns?
Right.
It's deeper than that. That shit, when it comes to that, she better cook, she better clean, that shit be ego and pride, bro, and bravado. It don't be reality. Like,
now, I'm going to give him this, right? There are some guys that just talk that shit and don't understand that roles today will not be like the traditional roles in the 60s and further back. You know what I'm saying? That's not the life we live today. Women are earning much more money. They're in much more leadership positions. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a difference in it, right? I'm not expecting a woman to just be hello, I'm Lucy, whatever the fuck her name was. Like, just the homebody. But I'm gonna get into this too, because I'm gonna show the comment section, but I'm gonna show the comment section on TikTok. There was a lot more interaction in that comment section, right? But what I notice about when we have these conversations, that women tend to flip-flop with it, right? In general, not all, but in general, women tend to flip-flop with it. Okay, so they'll talk about a man want me to submit and he only paying half the bills. Well, what What does his financial have to do with submission? That's always been a stupid argument. Every woman I've ever been with, even if we did or did not work, submitted to me. These is facts. I think people don't understand the word submission. They truly don't. If I've put my dick in you multiple times as a woman, if I slapped you on the ass and told you to do something and you did it, you submitted. Every single woman I've dealt with, I ain't gonna say everyone. Well, it's levels to the submission. Let's just say that. So every single woman I've dealt with, I can say submitted to me. But I also came in a position not being a bum, not being a man with no character. Like I stood on shit. So that's another reason that they submitted. I've never had a woman ask me how much money I make. So even to that point, it's null and void, right? But women will say that. They'll also say, you want me to cook and clean, and I gotta pay half the bills. Men, you need to start understanding your worth. This is why you always get in these conversations and they make you close your mouth and bow your head. Because you don't even realize what you do for that woman. Most of you don't even realize it until you do it, right? And that's how I was for me. That's when I left my marriage, when we split, I realized how much I actually fucking did. I cut that yard. And if I've ever, anybody in Memphis that know me, when I was doing that lawn service shit, ask them how that yard was looking. Spiff it in a bit. That bitch was looking better than Lil Boosie hairline when I was cutting them yards and leaving them edges, right? So I cut yards. I cut our yard. I laid down mulch. I fixed the goddamn door to the backyard. You know what I'm saying? I was always the one walking the dog or dealing with the dog, cleaning up the shit in the backyard. Like I fixed the drain when it was clogged. I unclogged the toilets. I killed the bugs. Like they forget about that. But men, you start reminding them because they think they're the only ones that do something outside of paying a bill. And men have to understand your worth. That's not always true. But I just wanted to address that. I got some shit to cook on, so y'all rock with me for a minute. And shout out to my guy Mark is in the building. What's up with it, my boy? I love Lucy. Yeah, you know, she stayed home, was cheerful and bubbly and all that shit, and her man took care of business. But you know, ain't too many I love Lucy's today, even if a man is paying 100% of the bills. And before I get into it, that's another thing. When it comes to a man paying 100% of the bills today, women still want to work. See, that's what I'm against, right? I'm not saying you can't make no money, but you're talking about going to a job. I'll put it like this. If we got children and I'm paying 100% of the bills, why am I doing that when you're not there? When the benefit of you being home is to raise our offspring in the way that I pass down culture to you, in the way that I lead my home. You're supposed to transmit that to our children. You're supposed to be the number one force in our children's lives, right? So I'm not understanding why a woman would want a man to pay 100% of the bills and she work. And they always say, well, I'm stacking up, yada, yada, yada. But then when it come time for divorce, the stack up don't goddamn matter. They want that split, that 50-50 or that goddamn alimony or that child support. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not with that. If I'm gonna pay all the bills, your ass gonna take care of this house and take care of things I need you to take care of. Because you know you said you would submit if I made 100% of the bills, right? Right. So let me get back to the video.
Like the reality is that we got a goal that we got to get to, especially when we come from nothing. Mm-hmm. How do we get there? What's the best path, and how can we work together? Because what if the man like I can cook? You know what I'm saying? So what if I can cook better than you? Like then I don't cook, even though it's my strong point. Right. But what if she's the one who makes more money? So if she make the bread, then I'm gonna be at home cooking and cleaning. Now it's my responsibility 100% to be a housewife. So it's just.
Now, how many women want a man? Let me put my my face back on screen for a second. How many women want a man that stays home, cooks and cleans and take care of the house? I'm gonna make sure my mic on. I said, how many women want a man that stays at home, cooks and cleans while she go make the money? I don't need the answer. Most of y'all, the majority of women don't even respect a man like that. What happens to that nigga? He gets thrown out the house. right? Exactly. So he's having a conversation about, household duties and all this stuff, but he's talking about hypotheticals, and I don't blame him for that. We all do that, right? But the one hypothetical he just brought up was you staying home cooking and cleaning and she making the money. You know what I'm saying? So, which I think it can work for a part-time type of deal. Like, it can't be the dynamic of the relationship is the man is the, stay-at-home husband and she's the provider wife. I don't think that's going to work for most people. And if it could, we need more women to speak on that and then have the proof of extended relationships and marriages to say it works. Because since women have made money, most women will tell you, even when they make money, they want a man that makes the same as them or more. So him 500, I hear you, G, but down here on the, the truck driving, nurse, warehouse, gas station worker level, that's not what we seeing, my G. What you talking about? That ain't really how that shit go. And even the women that's making the money don't want to go back down, quote unquote, to the men. So, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really right with that. Okay. Mirrea said, the house is my thing. This is what I like to do. But when I'm overwhelmed, it's nice when he steps in and he caters to my love language. Acts of service. Exactly. No issue with that for me. That's why I do, I have an issue with brothers when they look at it like they can never do anything to help. I do think if you have roles, my wife need to be doing 90% of her role. I'll help 10, maybe even 15 or 20, but no more than 20, because that's your role. My role is whatever we establish that my role is in this relationship, and you expect that same high percentage from me, because if you wanted that role, you would have signed up for it. You get what I'm saying? So I want to actually play some more of what he had to say. Hold on just a second, because I'm going to go back a little, because y'all saw what he had to say, but I want you to go back to when he talks about when he got with his woman.
One of the reasons I married my wife, like, she was strong enough to deal with me and give me that partnership. Like, yeah, I don't need nobody else in the world. Like, it's us. Like, I don't need no homeboys. Like, yo, we got it. Like, if we on that, we on that. She with me. Mm-hmm. That's what we on. That's what we on. If that's how we feel about them, then that's how we feel about them. Like, and so be it. Ain't no if, ands, buts about it. If he say fuck you, it's fuck you.
Facts.
And
how important was it? How important was her, like, on your come up?
It wasn't my come up, it was our come up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't come up, we came up. Mm-hmm. I may be the face, but we did this ours. Like, what's mine is hers. Like, it's us. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't, if I go to work, she had to do something to help me do it. Like, she had to set Zoom account stuff, she had to do accounting, she had to do bookkeeping, she had to stay home and hold the kids down. Like, it was us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm man enough. Like, a lot of people would say, like, yo, I came up. Like, I ain't come up, we came up. Mm-hmm. This ain't me, this ain't my money, this our money. Mm-hmm. This ain't my business, it's our business. I'm just the one who I may be the mastermind in the face, but cool, you got a bright idea, but you can't execute and do everything by yourself. Mm. I understood that. And like, but even before that, I was man enough to say, yo, nigga, I'm a man. Like, my wife was pregnant, I had to hold it down. Like, yo, she worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when she pregnant, she was out of it. Like, it was a tough pregnancy. Bro, I'm taking my oldest daughter to get her hair done. I'm picking her up from school.
Okay, so what he's talking about right now is what I agree with, right? I respect this brother's position here. But you notice he's still talking about his role as a man to take care of the business. Now, she's helping, but he's leading her as a man. He's telling you she's doing the bookkeeping. What is a bookkeeper position? It's an employee. He's the head of the company. So it's not always about cooking and cleaning. That's where, I understand when it comes to a certain amount of money, you ain't even worried about cooking and cleaning because you can hire somebody. But that doesn't mean I don't value my wife's cooking. Let me ask y'all this, right? Have you ever, okay, I will just assume that the 4 people here, I'm gonna assume that y'all mama can throw down in the kitchen, right? And let's just say she make a dope ass enchilada or a dope ass meatloaf, right? But you can go to a restaurant or DoorDash somebody that makes some damn good enchiladas or meatloafs. But it does not hit the same as when your mama made it. It's the same thing when you have a wife that you enjoy her cooking. Some of that is the fact that she's cooking it in the kitchen that's probably more clean, has a lot less wear and tear on it, and she's actually making it the way you like it. That is an act of service. That is a wife duty more times than not. Not that a man can't do it. I've never said that. But a woman cooking a meal for you is much more valuable than DoorDash and Chipotle. You get what I'm saying? So I hear what he's saying. They're not as worried about cooking a meal as other couples might be. I get all that. I'm not even against any of that. That makes a lot of sense to me. But at the end of the day, it has value. And I can't stand when people try to act as if it has no value because of whatever reason. It definitely has a value. And I did drop the link if somebody want to join. Because I probably won't be here long. It ain't that much interaction. And when I don't get a lot of interaction, I ain't going to do no long lives. It's just, I'm not built that way. So let's get back to it.
I'm making sure dinner ready, making sure she eat, making sure she go to school. Like, I'm on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so we don't got a role like, oh, this is a woman's role and this is a man's role. Like, nah, dog. Like, I'm a man. I'm the man. You the woman, but it ain't no certain things. Like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to.
A minute ago, he talked about his position proudly. Notice he said, you know, she could be the breadwinner, but why are you not in a situation where a woman is the breadwinner? Because 9 times out of 10, women don't want that. Women don't want to be head over heels or shoulders above a man financially. I think that's understandable, but I don't mind a woman making more money than me, as long as it don't go to her head like she gonna run me, because I don't run shit because I make more money. I run shit because I'm the one gonna lay down my life for you. I'm the one that's gonna hold you when you're hurting. I'm the one gonna buy your chocolates when you on your period. I'm the one you lean on for guidance. Women naturally do that. That's why I lead the household. But when a woman makes more money in a lot of situations, which has never really been my issue, but maybe once or twice, more times than not, they get a big head, like they running shit. I'm paying X, Y, and Z, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit more of this part, and there's a part where I want to play where I fully agree with him, and I like the way he's thinking. So let me finish this part up, and we're gonna move on.
To get us there, you know what I'm saying? And so it would never be a time where I could look and be like, oh, this is mine, and I'm gonna dip and go do this. It ain't that.
Let me ask you this now. So people be like in my comment section, like they be saying like,
all right,
oh,
so I already played that. So I'm about to play another clip that I think us as black people need to really listen to and try to pick up what he's putting down, right? So let me go to this clip. Let's see.
Get her prepared. We're going to another one. I'm not going, because now I see the schools, like the way the system is set up, the way the curriculum is set up, the languages that they learn, like they don't speak a different language once for an hour. No, a whole day, every other day, you speak a whole nother language. Everything you learn will be in another language. This is an international school, so you have to learn another language. You go to school with 92 different ethnicities.
That's crazy.
I'm like, nah, like it's different. It's set up for parents to travel. Like it's different. Now they also got to go. They in the extracurricular after school, just different learning to make them top 1%. She got to deal with that. So cooking, what? We producing top 1% mental thinkers. I need my kids to be able to think fluently, the best.
Yeah.
Like not learn what y'all want to teach them. I need them to be able to think. We're focused not on learning. We're focused on being able to think, being able to learn, being able to grasp, being able to implement. Not, oh yeah, they're gonna teach you about George Washington. No, the top level thinkers,
Yeah.
so they can think high level.
Did you grow up with your both parents?
No,
Just mom?
just mine.
So, let me address this comment. Then Charles, my guy, what it do? All right, what Millen and Mary said. What do you call it when you're not fully dependent on your man, but you let him do a job as a man, head of the household? I wouldn't say let. I would say when you stand back and play your role. You let. It's not that you let the man, because let implies that you're assigning him a position versus him having that God-given position in your life. But that's semantics, so I ain't gonna get into all that. But what do you call it? I call that being a supportive wife, a supportive woman, playing your role. Whatever y'all establish the role to be, you and your husband decide. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's for any situation, even something that I think won't work. If it works for y'all, shit, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Sherelle, what it do? Nah, we don't go live every day, but I got a different shift, so I'm trying to crank up the content, man. I'm finally off during the day instead of working at night, so I'm just trying to do some different stuff. That's all. But thank you for being here, though. But yeah, like I'm not big on the household roles, but I am big on the masculine and feminine energy, bro. Like there are certain things my woman just ain't gonna do in a situation with me. Let's just say we out and about and a nigga say something sideways to her. The woman that's with me already know I'm shutting that shit down immediately. You know what I'm saying? And what my boy Charles said, it's perfect. I'm 1A, you're 1B. We're both number one, but I'm out in front. That's how you should want it. Because in situations, see what it is it's just like the whole situation in Ukraine. When shit get real, women go back to femininity. When war gets real, women go back to femininity. When we get closer and closer to primal DNA and primal situations, women tend to go back to what they're supposed to be. See, we live in a first world country where women have so many privileges that it's kind of hard to argue with a woman and say, follow my lead. You know what I'm saying? Even though they do it in everyday scenarios, they don't even realize it. But they have much more financial incentive, career incentive to run shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people get caught up in the roles as far as cooking, cleaning. Like that's not a big deal to me. But I don't like when people try to play on these roles and make arguments like, well, if I'm paying 50% of the bills, then goddamn it, you need to help around the house, as if a man doesn't help around the house. Like a lot of the times, that's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And even if a guy pays 100% of the bills, what it said is he's controlling. How can a man that pays 100% of the bills not be controlling to an extent? That's just foolish. You know what I'm saying? That's just a foolish way of thinking. But I'm done with that. I want to talk about what him 500 just said, right? He's got his kid in private schools where they're set up to learn different languages. They're literally being taught and trained how to be in the top 1%. I'm all for that. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is why I'm not against a couple both working. I would rather, if we have children, she doesn't work, but let's, in my situation, I'm not, a rich ass man or a high earning man. So, but I still want the best for my children. So with that being said, if I'm with a woman, we got children, it might be best that we, both work, because we putting her in a situation where, or him in a situation where they're going to schools that's, $15,000 a year, private school but puts them in a way better position than public schools put them in. You see what I'm saying? So what he's talking about right here, I'm all for, because you have to do what's best for your children, right? But I want to show y'all something, right? I want to show y'all this comment section of the clip, and shout out to my girl MIRREA. She's the one that put me on to this. So this is why I want to talk about this today, right? So let's go to this comment section. And y'all, if you want to join, the link is in the chat. Ain't nobody really here, so it ain't that far up. You can scroll one time and it's there. Okay, so let's go look at this comment section, right? This is the same clip we just played. I just went to the actual YouTube video to play it, but let's look at this, right? And I actually commented on this too. So, you know, they said basically that men are insecure. They want women to cook and clean, and they don't usually provide, So why would they even think a woman gonna cook and clean, right? All right, the same old shit that happens in these spaces. So let's look at Ethiopia 22. She said, hold on, is this Zoom, y'all? Let me see. Yeah, they Zoom. Okay, finally they got this Zoom shit together. All right, so all right, she said, then they want you to go 50-50 on the bills too, but never do 50% of the messy stuff in the house. So I commented. I said, women don't cut grass, trim hedges, unclog drains, kill bugs, check on bumps in the night, take out trash, and I could go on and on. I just posted it like, I don't even know, well, it said 3 hours ago. So I posted it 3 hours ago, right? Look at this. Yes, successful men have maids. He don't care if his wife will cook or clean. He not looking for her to do that if he can provide a maid. Okay. First of all, this is why I have an issue with guys that make a lot of money speak on relationships as if everybody has the type of money that they have, right? Because let's say he's making 60 grand a year. You know what I'm saying? Let's say his mortgage is 800 to 1,000, depending on where you are, right? Let's just go with some simple numbers, right? Let's go with the round number of 1,000. Let's say your car note is 500. His car note is 500. That's another 1,000. So we're at 2. Let's say both of your car insurance is 200. So we're at $2,400, right? Let's say he takes care of that, and you take care of the Wi-Fi. You take care of homeowners insurance. You take care of groceries. They'll still complain about that. I was married and paid 100% of the bills. The complaints were still I wasn't home enough. So women are going to complain, fellas. That's what you got to understand. Women are going to complain no matter what the situation. It's in their DNA. And as long as she's a good woman, you put up with the complaints. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm only addressing this is because she's talking about if a man can provide a maid. Ma'am, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to meet a man or be with a man that can provide a maid. So why are you even having this conversation? What it is, what I personally think, I've said this before, women don't like their roles today. That's truly what I believe. I think women don't like the roles of cooking. Not even, let's leave cooking alone. Being a mother. I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation about a woman feeling like she's stuck at home with the kids because a man is taking care of the bills 100%. Why would she even use the word stuck? And I've heard that word referencing the kids so many times. It's like women are in a different space today. Like they have more than they ever thought they would have so many options that when you get to talking about tradition, they get to thinking about Mr. from Color Purple and shit. They get to thinking about the dude from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Like they get to thinking the worst case scenario, but will still complain that they want that man. They want the man that can take care of all those things. What they really want, man, is, first of all, it don't exist. But if I could put it into words, they want a gangster disciple that's a vice lord part-time. Like, that nigga don't exist, bro. Like, he's either a gangster disciple or a vice lord. Niggas is not doing both. You know what I'm saying? They want what they can't have. And this is why I always make the argument that men need to stop listening to women. I look at these comment sections. I'm not gonna go back and forth with her. I don't even know if they reply. I don't care if they reply. I just made my comment and left it there. But I'm not going back and forth with women. I just don't do that no more. I used to, and I realized when you do that, they get to saying shit like only a bitch ass nigga go back and forth with men. Then if you stop going back and forth with them, you don't care about her feelings. So I just chose what was best for me. Fuck it, I don't care about your feelings. I'm gonna go do what I'm doing. That's what men gotta learn to do more of, right? All right. He said what he said, not one single line told. Them truck driver and warehouse workers. Oh yeah, Sherelle, you a truck driver. He said only truck drivers and warehouse men complain about women have the requirement that a woman cooks and cleans. As if warehouse workers and truck drivers are just broke or dumb in the mind. That's what he's implying. All right. Let's see who we got. I'm gonna bring you on. Hold on just a minute, Charles. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring you on. We're just gonna go through the comment section right quick. What up, my boy? You all right?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm good, man. Yourself?
All good, man. All good.
Yeah, up on this good old off day, man.
Are you off today?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, I get off I work early in the morning, so I finally got my days, man.
Oh yeah, that was up, man.
So I'm gonna start trying to do more lives. See if Tez can start joining me too.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm working. Oh, go ahead.
Did you see the video at all though?
Yeah, I was leaving the doctor and I seen it. I seen half
First
of the
one
video.
is, guys, get out your feelings.
Okay, let's go. Let me go back to it.
I need.
This is a clip of. I actually played the YouTube video, but this is just a TikTok clip. But it's pretty much, talking about what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna play it again.
Okay.
My girl to cook and clean, and she not doing like the things women's supposed to do. But now that you're rich, do your wife even do that? Cook, clean? She don't even have to. It's not even important, is it?
I see a lot of times, bro, men do things out of insecurities. Like it's never the successful men that say what a woman gotta do. It's never the successful ones. It's the ones that are aspiring. You know what I'm saying? It's the truck drivers. It's the ones who work in the warehouse. It's saying.
So what I see, this right here. I'm gonna zoom in on this.
And I've learned this. One of the things.
God damn.
That.
Hold on. My big ass.
Oh, I need my.
But insecure men, is this you? Right. This is what I have what I have an issue with, right? Because anytime a man has a preference or just thinks that a woman should do whatever for him, if they don't agree with what that man has a preference of, you're insecure, you're scary, you're controlling. It's always a word that they use to emasculate a man. And it's like, bro, what's wrong with a nigga wanting a woman to cook and clean? Because I mentioned earlier, are they cutting grass, Charles?
No, they're not.
Are they edging the yard?
Hell no.
Are they taking out the trash?
No.
Are they killing bugs?
No.
Are they unclogging drains?
No, they don't know how.
Are they changing brake pads? Are they changing oil? You see what I'm saying?
Nah.
It's that like that's so when I hear guys like this talk, it's like you are what you're basically trying to do, in my opinion, when guys like this talk. And this is why it's funny that a woman is doing a review of it and just clapping her hands and insecure men, is this you? Because what they doing when these guys make these type of posts and make these type of stories is that they're speaking from a place of either trying to get on women's favor or just talking down on men, and either one makes certain women feel good as hell about themselves.
Right. And then, my thing, women, they pick and choose their poison as far as how they wanna do things, how they wanna control the situation. Like, as far as a woman women don't do what men do, but they want men to do what women do.
Talk about it.
And it's almost like certain things. A man is only designed one way. A woman is designed multiple ways. So we can do 90% of everything that a woman can't do. that 10% woman, they're right there what the woman's supposed to do. For as feminine things. That's the way I see it. So it's like what a woman's supposed to do is cook, clean, take care of the children, be the queen. Well, I ain't gonna use that. Be the woman of the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said 1A, 1B, but I always hear Ted say that 1A, 1B.
So even with the cooking and cleaning, like, because he was making the point where your woman might not know how to cook. He's like, you gonna leave your wife? I'm like, well, first of all, who said that I would marry a woman that couldn't cook if I want a woman that can cook? That's just stupid. Yeah. So that's a bad example. Like, nobody gonna leave their wife because they can't cook, because obviously they married her and she didn't know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? Right. That was one of his examples in this podcast or whatever. Another thing,
I heard that.
So when you're talking about a woman, you know, it ain't necessarily got to be cooked, but one thing for sure is nurture. Like, that's a woman thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they only like to claim it when they're trying to make themselves look better, or they want to say a man doesn't do enough. But when we talking about, okay, well, I'll take care of it. This is why I don't have that issue with taking care of all the bills, because even when you do that, it's still gonna be a complaint. It ain't no getting away from that shit.
True. Yeah, and my whole problem is when the man is out taking care of all the bills, they're taking away from his children. Mm-hmm. They're so-called taking away from the woman. But on the breadwinner, on the one that take care of business, so I have to be out more times than you, because you're at home nurturing. A man is not necessarily a nurturer. A woman is. Exactly. We don't have that. We're not designed to nurture. We're designed to take on
heavy loads.
Heavy loads. And, you know, and what things happen in everyday life. So it's almost like, you know, but we get beat across our head when we're taking the time away from our children. But that's the whole point of trying to sacrificing. They're right there where I would use sacrifice. Okay. That's what sacrificing is.
Yeah.
We understand that we want to be there for our children, but we can't, because we have to provide for our children. We have to build a better life for them.
That's our number one goal. Like, being like coochie cool and picking up the kids. That's something we should do. True enough. But the main responsibility is setting them up for the future. Is right. What it is. That's both parents' job, but it's more of the man's, and you just see it in the way men and women move without nobody telling them how to. Men work more hours than women. It's not even close.
Right.
Most men work more physically demanding jobs because of how our bodies are built. It is what it is. But I want to play the rest of the clip so you can kind of get a little bit more of what he said.
Okay.
A girl to cook and clean, and she not doing like the things women's supposed to do. But now that you're rich, do your wife even do that? Cook, clean? She don't even have to. It's not even important, is it?
I see a lot of times, bro, men do things out of insecurities. Mm-hmm. Like, it's never the successful men that say what a woman gotta do. It's never the successful ones. It's the ones that are aspiring. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's the truck drivers. It's the ones.
Huh. How is it we insecure about a man working? I mean, a woman. I don't get that. What
it don't make sense.
What context are you using?
So he's basically saying, I mean, bro, he said what he fucking said. It don't make sense. That's why I had read the definition earlier of insecure. It didn't match, and I'm like, okay, so let me kind of get at what he's trying to do. That's what I was like, okay, so maybe that's not the word he meant. I think MIRREA mentioned that too. Like, he might have used the wrong word. Okay, fine. But here's my thing. You mean to tell me that rich men don't tell women what they want them to do?
They automatically gonna do that because they the dominant.
So it's like, even in his example, he's not making sense, because you think, I mean, every man gonna tell his woman how to suck his dick.
Yeah.
Every woman gonna tell this woman how to ride that motherfucker. Every woman gonna tell her if she cook how he like this shit cooked. So you actually don't know you actually just talking.
Yeah, he was just talking. Ain't no way. I mean, I don't get that one. That right there, that kind of went over my head when he said that. That threw me off when he said that. But the whole point, you want a woman that fits you. You don't want no woman that
Exactly.
fits you. That's why when God designed us, when God designed us, it was to find a woman that fits us in everyday life. That's just all it is to it.
That's a fact. So I'm gonna let it keep going.
Yeah.
But look at her face. She started, yup, and it's like, so you must have had a rich man before. Oh, okay.
She don't look like she did.
No, like, come on, man. But anyway, but she might. Who knows? But the point is, 1% of men are rich. What about the other 99, man? And sir, but whatever.
Yeah, work in the warehouse is saying what a woman got to do. The ones that can't provide properly.
Mm-hmm.
Some women can't cook. What, you gonna leave the woman that's right for you if she can't cook? I'm gonna leave my wife because she don't know how to cook. Oh, go get cooking classes. Go do this. She just can't cook.
Right.
Like if it ain't your strong point, it ain't your strong point. But what if everything else aligns?
Right. You gonna leave a man that don't know how to make money?
That's the word. He got me with that word can't, because that's something my granddad and my daddy used to always tell me. Can't is not in the man vocabulary.
Right.
So basically, she can if she want to. She can. Right. So it's basically, hey, I'll take a get if before I marry her, she gotta, we can go to cooking class and learn how to cook and all that. That's fine.
Right.
But that don't. I mean, that's because she want to. That don't mean that you have to leave her because you can't. That's what cooking classes is for. That's what taking time to do it.
And they were talking about even somebody said you can hire a maid or hire a chef. That's cool if you got that type of money. But in reality, my wife is cooking for our children to grow strong and healthy.
Right.
So it's like, he even mentioned in one of his clips, people don't value marriage, but it's like, don't say people like you're not included. Not the fat dude, but the dude that's actually hosting the show.
Yeah.
He said that, and I'm like, what I noticed with a lot of people, bro, especially men that got, some success in their life, they tend to look down on the man that's not making as much money or not as successful, as if we don't still do the same things when we in relationships. We absolutely do.
Yeah.
They try to look bigger and better, and it's like, that shit corny to me, bro.
You just a rich asshole.
Basically. That's basically what you are. And she'll complain about you too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm gonna let it keep going. It's almost over.
Yeah.
I keep interrupting.
Right.
It's deeper than that. That shit, when it comes to that, she better cook, she better clean. That shit be ego and pride, bro, and bravado. It don't be reality.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the reality is that we got a goal that we got to get to, especially when we come from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get there? What's the best path, and how can we work together? Because what if the man, like, I can cook? You know what I'm saying? So what if I can cook better than you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, then I don't cook, even though it's my strong point.
Right.
But what if she's the one who makes more money? So if she make the bread, then I'm gonna be at home cooking and cleaning. Now it's my responsibility 100% to be a housewife.
Oh, I need my girl to cook.
Hell, hey, shout out to Lou first, man. I hope you get well soon, man. But
for sure.
That whole thing right there, man. How can you say that's crazy to me, right? The thing people say nowadays. That's my thing. You can't. It's just something you just sit and utter. A woman, that's one thing. If the woman make more money, that means that I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that we sustain success. But
Right.
the other way around, it don't be that way. It's
No.
it's a woman beating you down by every little thing. I'm gonna find something to go do to keep on adding on to this empire. A woman, she gonna break you down more mentally and physically, even though the world beating you down more too.
Yep, because she don't respect the man that don't provide. And that's what it come down to. That's why I even said, even if a woman got a man that's willing to be a house husband, it's like, okay, cool. But are you going to respect him as a man, though? Because what I've heard so many times when we have these conversations, when I ask this question, when I have these conversations, it's, well, I want a man that makes as much as I do or more. Why, when you're going to be the one that's providing? Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Because
and then, what's wrong with? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, because the truth is they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, we hear that word a lot for some reason. But
Right.
I mean, what happened to being a team 1A 1B? I make 85,000. She make 90,000.
Mm-hmm.
We team up together. There's more in the pot. There's more to do what we need to do as individual and as one.
Oh, let me read. MIRREA said, I was reading the comments too, and I went deep. I think some of the women in relationships with men that couldn't provide, cook, clean, or anything. So why are you in the comment section complaining about it when you're with him? Like, that'd be my whole thing. Like, imagine if I was in comment section as I was married talking about my wife. Like, motherfuckers I would even look at a person like me and be like, bro, why are you complaining about your wife in a comment section and you're still married? If it's so bad, leave. But see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these folks just be bitching. That's why I really don't listen for real. But to what you were saying, Charles, about the one pot thing, the only problem with the one pot thing is that they still have to do shit in the house, and they don't like that. Like, not everyone, of course, because MIRREA likes it. But it's like, yeah, just because you have a job don't mean your role don't get done. Just like mine don't. I still got to do the shit.
Hey,
That's my point.
I work that goddamn 95. I mean, not 95. I work 80 hours and still gotta come home, cut grass.
Come on, man.
Everything. And that don't stop nothing. Still gotta take care of the kids. Still gotta take them to sporting events and everything. That's just being a father. That ain't complaining. That's just the point. Yeah, we got 50-50 equal rights in this whole thing regardless.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's an indictment on this though.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Shout out to Jenny Marina, the best moderator in the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But nah, like, for real, like, in 50-50, what they try to do is label a man as not a provider. But it's like, provider isn't just providing money. Yeah. What about providing security? Yes, what about providing emotional support, stability? Like, stability ain't just money either. And then when they deal with the man that actually has the money, then it's all those other things we just mentioned. So you might as well just stop listening to the bullshit. That's my whole thing. It's just find a woman that bitches, you know, just enough to where it don't get on too much of your nerves. Cause they gonna do it. Like, and I ain't even gonna say every woman like that. I'll definitely speak for our culture though. That's how it is.
Oh yeah. You know,
like, if you ain't doing everything, basically, if you're doing everything, let's say you're doing 99.9%, that 0.1% is what she gonna bitch about. Like, that's just
that would get on my nerves. Like,
I already know.
Why do that? Why do that? What is your point? What is your point of doing it?
That's why, as a man, you gotta steady the ship. But if a woman getting in the way of you steadying the ship, like, she just want to run shit. Like, ain't no woman gonna run shit being my woman. So that's what it won't happen. Like, when you in the dating phase and I recognize that you got this need to run shit, I'm not dealing with you.
Yeah.
Because it's going, no matter what I'm doing, as far as if I'm paying all the bills, or if I'm the best housemate ever, or I'm doing half of everything, it's still going to be a problem. But let me see. MIRREA said when she was talking about those men or women that be complaining about their husband or wife online and shit, she was like, that guilt be eating you up. They had no business being with them anyway. Basically. Like that's basically what it is. You want to look at some of these comments on this video?
Yeah. Let's see what's done with these.
All right. So she said them truck driving, warehouse workers. They said it's never the ones who got it. Got what? How much? Let's see. All right. So let's see. That's why I never.
First one is, guys.
I need my
stay
girl.
doing this shit, don't
And I've learned this. One of the
damn, I'm steady.
I need.
This right here, it was on TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. So, yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's never the ones who got it. Alex No Joke said, that's why I never understood the high value man. Like, who are you talking about? A lot of successful men are totally normal guys. Okay.
Define normal.
Facts. Okay. I ain't addressing. I don't want to go back with them. I want to go to somebody else. They going back and forth. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
All right. Never. Okay. Exactly. Okay. This gives me hope. There are a few men that have the right mindset. Right. Okay.
I mean, a lot of us do have the right mindset. It's just finding that woman that has the same values
and understand what I am as a man individually. So Mama L, whatever, says good men aren't hard to find. We have to stop trying to make it work with the bad ones. Finally, I agree with one.
Woo-wee.
But are you trying to say the good men is what this nigga on the screen is saying? Good question.
I hope not. That's a great question.
Okay, hold on. Yep, she was talking about the man. So I can't cook. My hubby deals with it, but can't clean the way I like it, so I deal with it. There are good men. She said, I've never had a confident man tell me what I need to do. Are you married to that confident man that told you what you need to do? Didn't tell you what you need to do? Probably not.
So she know what alpha is then.
Man, we ain't even got to deal with alpha. Just a man that's on his principle, like just standing on what he believe in. Because you know when it gets to the alpha, they want to start saying, "Well, the alpha is 7 foot tall, and the alpha make $700 million." So that's why I don't even deal with alpha. I used to. I stopped with this shit because it get people. I'm just a man, goddammit. A man that stand on business. It's like, I've never had a confident man tell me what I need to do. So are you married to that confident man? Because they talk all that shit and they're not realizing that if you're, what are you doing, ma'am? Are you with the man? And don't tell me a confident man never told you what you had to do. That is bullshit. There ain't a man on this earth that's confident that won't tell you what you need to do. Women in the comment section, there ain't too many people here, but have you ever, MIRREA, your man is a confident man. Has he never told you what you need to do? Especially when it comes to for him. Like, stop the bullshit, y'all. God damn. All right, let's keep going. I ran to the comments where the men at. Okay, it's funny when they don't expect the guy to agree with them and they don't. That is kind of funny.
Yeah.
A man here, he said, y'all got to work together. One person shouldn't have all the responsibility in any aspect. I disagree, but I agree with the top part. Y'all do got to work together. But there are things that are my responsibility solely as a man, and there are things that are her responsibility solely as a woman. Y'all define what that is. And there are things that the law of the land, your primal instinct gonna determine. Like when a man come, trying to harm your family, automatically that is your role as a man. Ain't nobody even got to tell you that shit. As a little boy, you want to defend your mama. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's on the part of you want to defend your mama, it's split like a double standard with that, because you don't know that woman that you come from as a baby it's like you don't know what she done for is how she
To
want
cause
to
a problem.
yeah, cause a problem like how
Yeah.
your woman would do.
Right.
So
You
it's
don't
like
know.
a double-edged sword. So it's like you defending her honor on something that you don't know too much
Don't
about.
even know if you don't even know if it's honorable.
Yeah, so it's almost like we were brainwashed to a certain.
They want a pit bull, man. They want something that they control that's feisty and can fuck some shit up too. That's what they want.
Yeah, I see that.
The comment section showing you that. So okay, my father did all the cooking. My mom could only cook basic stuff like oatmeal. They work together as a team. See, this is my thing. He took a point because the dude said, you know, people in my comment section was, nah, that ain't gonna work. I need me a wife to cook and clean. Let's just take clean off for a second because she only talking about cooking. Notice she didn't mention nothing about cleaning. I wonder why. But okay, so she mentioned nothing about cleaning. She just said cooking.
Yeah.
So what the fuck is wrong with a man wanting a woman to cook? Nobody said every woman is gonna know how to cook. But if I'm me personally as CJ 100, when I do find my wife, she will know how to cook because I can't and I don't like cooking. I like eating. You know what I'm saying? I know women, most women I know that can cook find joy in doing it. So all I have to do is find a woman that enjoys cooking. But dude took one example or people in his comment section that had the same thing to say, and now they're running off with the shit like a woman can't be good if she can't cook. Who said that? It's like they so in their feelings about traditional roles and want to get away from the shit. Is that, hold on, let me see what MIRREA said. All right. MIRREA said, he ain't my man if he don't. Just like he tell me I better not touch that trash. Okay. I thought so, MIRREA. I thought so. Right. So let's go. You still there, Charles?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hey, let me drop out for a second.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
All right. All right. I always said this. Once you start making enough money, throw money at some of the problems you can spend. There's some truth to that too. My husband says the same thing every time I show him these type of men. He always say, so he can't have no money. So a man that wants a woman to cook and clean is always broke. Gotcha. Saw my dad do everything my mom did and take care of his mama. No man I've dated with money ever asked what I bring to the table. Where did that come from? You see, when we have these conversations, bro, on YouTube or podcasts, you do understand that questions that you ask in a podcast usually won't be questions that you ask in a relationship or a dating scenario. Like, I do want to know what a woman brings to the table, but I'm not going to sit down at a date with a woman and be like, so what do you bring to the table? Nobody does that. So stop taking podcast clips or conversations on a goddamn podcast and acting as if people say the same shit verbatim. Of course, most people don't ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? They ask other questions and decide and break shit down to see what you bring to the table. Men don't actually ask women what they bring to the table in a real dating scenario. They ask them things that they want to know, things that they want to see can match with their life. Like, I'll ask a woman, can you cook? That's something she brings to the table, but I don't ask the woman, can she bring something to the table? Please, y'all. Y'all gotta stop the cap. Y'all just have to stop the cap, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read a few more of these comments and I'm gonna break it. I'm done. All right, so now that's the mama in them. It be peeking through them insecurities. I thought y'all could raise men without a man. I guess not, huh? I guess it's convenient to say that now, right? All right. Thank you for speaking to reality. right? At home, a home needs to be taken care of by everyone living in it. I'll do majority of the cleaning, but I'm not doing it alone. Warehouse brothers and truck drivers make enough money to provide. However, I 100% get what he's saying. Very correct. That was one of my points too. Like, warehouse workers and truck drivers be making money, bro. Don't let, well, in some situations, don't let them confuse you. All right. All I can say is when I got married, it was a we thing, as it should be. As long as we're achieving our goals together, working as a team, I don't mind doing the cooking or extra stuff. I can cook though, but I still think my missus should cook too. It's not about ego, it's about time and delegation when raising a family. Laughing, know what that means. What I learned is cooking is not for everyone. My grandparents had 6 girls and only 2 can really cook. Every woman is not meant to cook. I can. If a woman can feed herself, she can feed me. She doesn't need to be able to cook. Just prepare a meal. Microwave meal for 2. But we as women say it. Okay. Facts, my brother. He got me when he said truck drivers, the truck drivers. I know men and women are stacked. Right. Okay, but the second guy, the right mindset, you guys. Most of the men I dated always cooked and cleaned. That they wasn't rich. Exactly, Wanda, but whatever. My husband got me a maid. I'm still home all day. This is what they want. Thank you. We got one to say it. My husband. So what they really want, not all of them, but damn near all of them, is what they want is to not have any responsibility and still be able to do what the fuck they want. That's really what it is. But if ain't nobody else gonna come up, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. You know what I'm saying? So my whole point about even bringing this up is I'm tired of men identifying as women or men trying to knock another man that is handling his business as a man, but since he's not doing it in the way that 1% of the world can do it financially, you want to knock it. A man can do 50% of the bills or 60% of the bills, or, you know, and I do believe a man is not a man if he's not at least taking care of half of the responsibilities for the home. I think that should be the standard. Like, you at least need to be doing that. And I'm not saying 100% of the time. You could fall off, have things go on. Cool. But at the end of the day, your responsibility should at least be half of the financial load. I do agree with that. But however, even if you have that, ain't nothing wrong with you still wanting a woman and cook and cleaning some shit up. Because what you see is a lot of women in the comment section were saying, I cook and clean, but he doesn't mind. Right? What does that mean? It means she likes to cook and clean, so everything is all good. But if she doesn't like to, or doesn't want to do it the majority of the time, that's when it's a problem. Y'all got to learn how to read between the fucking lines. Okay? Women gonna do what the fuck needs to be done in a relationship if you handling your business. And it does not always mean handling your business financially the most or anything of that sort. Most of the time, when you doing what you're supposed to do, it counts, bro. Don't let women tell you cutting the grass and you changing the brakes or changing the oil or cleaning out the driveway or cleaning out the garage or fixing the door that came off the hinge or cutting the yard or fixing the garbage disposal. Don't let them minimize what you do around the house as well, brothers. Right? Because what they'll do is say, well, you could pay somebody to do that. I could also pay a woman to suck my dick or give me some coochie. Does that make it the best way to do something? On that note, I'm gonna wrap this thing up, man. So for your guy CJ 100, 50% of the 5100 podcast, I am gone. You dig.
Two G's.